Hello everybody, it's Mickey Kaiser with War Room Relics. Today our video is going to feature an item that no soldier can be without. This is a World War II canteen. These things changed very little from World War I all the way up through the Korean War with the military. The nomenclature of this carrier, it was still known as the Model 1917 carrier, and the canteen itself inside, oh man, was known as the Model 1910. This is an aluminum made canteen with a vertical weld on it. So this thing was made sometime after 1942. That's when they changed it. This one was actually made during the World War II period. You'll find the manufacturer stamps. These became mandatory after World War II for all the manufacturers to put their maker's mark and date of manufacture on it. So they'll either be on the bottom down here stamped into it or on the back side of it. This one happens to be stamped down here at the bottom. You can see that when it says US AGM code and the date kind of boogered up with that dent right there, but it's 1945. AGM stands for the Aluminum Goods Manufacturing Company. They were a company that was based out of Wisconsin. They made canteens during World War I and World War II, right on up into Korea. The biggest change on this one, the caps. The actual Model 1910 canteens that were used during World War I, they had an aluminum serrated cap. The World War II ones rather, they went to a Bakelite type cap. It's still got a serrated edge to make it easier to grip. If I can catch the light right on this one so you can see them. But they're serrated, so they give you a little bit more gripping power when you go to open them. If you'll notice, the top is recessed on these. That's simply to protect the rivet so that it doesn't get busted off. Then you lose your chain. And sooner or later, if you're like me, you unscrew the cap. You don't have a chain to hold it on and let it dangle from. So you set it down and you walk off and lose it, and then you ain't got no cap for your canteen. So they were thinking of GIs like me when they came up with that little safety measure there to recess the top to protect the rivet so that it didn't get busted off and you lose your cap. And as you can see, these things are fairly easy to dent. And these also were issued with an aluminum cup. So if you were like most GIs, you enjoyed your cup of coffee, you got a little packet of C-Rack coffee or K-ration coffee, whatever you want to call it, depending on what war period you were in. Then you could use your water, pour it in your canteen cup, get your water hot, and pour your coffee grounds in it, and enjoy a nice, refreshing cup of GI coffee. Yeah, right. If you ever had that stuff. Anyway, this one actually is in pretty good shape. The cap's not cracked or busted, and the chain's still retained by the original rivet and the collar around the neck of the canteen. The cover itself, during World War II, these were manufactured not only in the U.S. but also in Britain. Britain made some web gear for the United States as part of their war effort contribution to us, part of their Lend-Lease in Reverse program. We gave them vehicles, weapons, and all. Everything they needed to help defend their country, and they repaid us with web gear. Of course, they gave us some other stuff too. But the biggest way you can tell the difference between a British-made canteen cover and an American-made canteen cover, this row of stitching here on the front of it. The American-made canteen carriers have 7 rows of vertical stitching. The British-made canteen carriers have 4 rows of vertical stitching. So that's a quick and easy way to tell them. Of course, the British-made ones, they also maker marked them. This canteen, you would find maker marks either inside one of the ears or the flaps to retain the canteen to the carrier, or they would be stamped on the back here. This one has seen so much use and wear that you can't make out a maker's mark anywhere on it. But this we know is an American made carrier because of the vertical stitching of 7 rows. They still used the same style lift-to-dot fasteners. If you'll notice this one, both of them have quite a bit of verdigris on them. That's what happens when you run into brass pieces. Over time, that verdigris just builds up on them. It's easy to clean off. I just don't mess with my stuff. On the back of it, this is what was used to retain or attach the canteen carrier to your cartridge belt or your pistol belt. These were made out of brass during World War I. They were blackened. In World War II, for a while they were aluminum and brass. This one, I believe, is just a field-made replacement, an expedient, because it's made out of steel. It's magnetic. You can throw a magnet up against this one, it'll hold on to it. So this is not an original 1910 hanger, but it still got the job done. As long as it held on your pistol belt or cartridge belt, that's all you wanted it to do. By regulation, these canteens were worn on the right-hand side underneath the 4th cartridge pouch on your cartridge belts, or the 4th set of eyelets on your pistol belt, your 1936 pistol belt. So, if you'll notice on the inside of them, these are lined. You can't tell hardly. I might have to come up with a camera and a lighting system other than this iPhone. It's working for now, but it's not the greatest. Anywho, these are lined with wool to help keep them from freezing in the winter. Your body heat transferred to them, and it kept them from freezing up in the winter. Alrighty, that's the latest video on our U.S. infantry equipage from World War II, a Model 1917 carrier, Model 1910 canteen with the updated cap. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. You can find this on War Room Relics. And to all you fathers out there on Father's Day, happy Father's Day. Hope y'all had a great weekend. Thanks. Talk to you soon.